So I just spent, well, I haven't spent it yet, but I'm joining a mentorship. And while I'm not really in the financial place to do so, but I locked, it's a mentorship, and I locked down this price like about a couple months ago, like almost half a year ago, and it was like he was upgrading the mentorship. He was gonna increase the prices, and I could lock down his current price if I just paid a down payment of $1,000, and I did so. I just paid it over time, and now I'm joining it before the actual price increase, and of course I had the time to save money for it. Like I had the time to save money for it. I just didn't do it as much as I could. And my expenses were quite high every month. But now it's like, if I'm going to go into something, I might as well just join all in on this. And even though it's scary, like right now I'm super anxious. Like shoot, man. I seriously have to just work and pay this off and cut down a lot of my other expenses because of how expensive this is. And I'm just thinking like, shoot, bro, how am I gonna pay this, bro? How? I don't know I'm gonna pay this. It's doable. It's just gonna take me consistently working and good shifts, not like 3 days a week. I need like 4 to 5 days a week to pay this off. But I also need to post, need to be consistent. I need to get this coaching business out because I already have a sign. I try to tell myself, bro, you've prayed for this sign. You signed the client not even a week ago. You signed the client Wednesday. It's Monday right now. And I signed the client Wednesday. That was all I was praying for. Just a small win to show that this works. That this can work. And that was my sign. And now it's like, now my mind is wanting more of a signal. And I'm trying to tell myself, this is the sign that I prayed for. This is the sign that I prayed for. This is the sign I prayed for. Right? And my client is getting not good results, but he's showing good work ethic. He's being consistent. He really truly wants this. And so that's my sign to try to tell myself, this is the sign you were talking about, to keep going, bro. And if you do this consistently, next month could be a bigger month. Just because if one person bought, that means I'm doing something right. Right? I mean, that means I'm doing something right. And so I researched on what he thought about why he bought. I researched about, like, I told him, hey, can you answer these couple questions, like on the onboarding form? Tell me what made you want to buy. What were you mainly looking to improve? And he said all these things, like, I like how you're getting closer to God. I like how your meals. I like you're consistent on your stories. You're talking very well, which I believe can be a really big improvement still. Even though he said he loves the way I talk, I think it could be a really good improvement for me because I believe I stutter sometimes. And he was telling me all these things on also our call, and he was telling me his schedule and everything, and he made it work. He's making it work right now. And I'm also getting a lot of other people reaching out, not for coaching specifically, but because they're replying to my story, they're commenting on my story or something, and they're viewing my day-to-day life. Some my age, some a little bit older, but I know that if I keep this consistent and I keep my consistency with my personal development, this could be a great investment. It's not whether this is the investment that will work for me. It's whether I'll work on this investment. Hold on, let me log in real quick. And so, yeah, we almost passed the red light. We're good though. I've been thinking about this all night, bro. Like last night, I was at work and I was working my shift, and I was looking at the payment plans, and he was just telling me, hey, do this, and I'm looking at those numbers like, shoot, bro. Like this is all everything I got. I got a penny pinch as much as I can. Like I can't even go out for coffee, bro. That's how serious this is. I can go out for coffee. It's just that it's not. You're not only just gonna get one coffee. You're gonna go today. You're probably gonna go tomorrow. Go the next day, so on and so forth. And so I'm just trying to build this habit of not trying to impulsively just go out just because it's literally what got me in this situation. Where I didn't really save up much as I could have. And that's my fault. It's my responsibility. Even though it hurts to say that, because my old self is used to deflecting pain or used to deflecting responsibility. But now I have to hold myself accountable, and you had months to save up the money, and you just kept doing what you're doing. Now, will this discomfort bring the results I want? Depends what I do with the discomfort. But I know that it definitely woke me up, because I made the money. I made some money, just not even, I wouldn't even consider like I made some money. I made just a little bit with this past client. He paid half now. He's gonna do installments of 2 more payments later. And I was like, shoot, bro, this is great. Like I feel like I'm on top of the world. And now it's just like that ego is just going back down. And I'm back in that uncomfortable position, because now I have proof. Now I have a ICP, which is this guy. I think this is who I really want to work with. The people who I probably will work best with will be people who are like this guy. They're overweight. They want to get closer to God. They want to be an example of their family. They want to be an example to themselves. They want to prove to themselves. They want to improve their minds. Read books and everything, keep learning, and just, they have the work ethic, but they just want structure. And that's what I gave him. I gave him structure. I gave him not just a meal plan. I only gave him a workout split, but I also gave him, books to read. I also gave him, Bible verses. I'm going to give him Bible verses to read also, depending on what he's struggling with. What chapters to read from the Bible based off where you're going through. If you want, wisdom, you go to Proverbs. If you want, if you struggle with lust, you just go to, I don't think Ecclesiastes to go. What was the one that was like, it talks about physical touch and everything. Oh, Song of Solomon, right? You want to go there if you want to, learn about how Solomon viewed women and how he got destroyed by women, right? It's just a very simple overview. Just if you struggle with lust and everything, I do sometimes too. I struggle daily with lust. Do I give in every single time? No, I don't give every single time. What I'm saying is that every single person I work with who wants to get closer to God, I'm going to give him specific Bible chapters to read through that helped me overcome these challenges. And so that's besides the point, though. The point is that I signed a client, and it's a good sign. But now it's like I'm back in the barrel where I need to just work and become the person who I want to be by not only just, tactics, but also with my mindset. What would my future version do if he was in this position? Would he panic? Or would he simply just analyze the situation, take the emotions out of it, and simply do whatever it takes to pay this off and also make the coaching work. And so that's where I'm currently at, and it sucks because I had my ego just like shut down, but I had to. I can't be comfortable anymore. And so like that's a little controversial because it's like, oh, but people who are fat and who are, you know, not as disciplined, they're still successful. That's true. That's true. But I don't want to be that person. I want to be well-rounded in every single aspect of my life. You know, my physicality's there. My speaking can be better. It's getting a lot better though. Now it's just the finances, you know, and communication skills. I work as a cashier. I can communicate quite well to customers. I can communicate whether I'm like meeting new people. Like I went to the run club. We're at the gym, by the way. I went to the run club of this gym, by the way, and I met a person who works here, and you know we just chopped it up, bro. Like, and I have his Instagram. He has my Instagram, and now we're kind of like, you know, almost, I wouldn't say best friends. That'd be way too soon, but like it feels like we've known each other for quite a while now. And just because of how I was able to have him open up to me, and he was like, you know, he wants to get closer to God as well. He wants to get closer to God. And so, but getting closer to God, improving your life is not easy. It's not easy. It's going to be uncomfortable. And I try to tell myself that this is just me testing my risk-taking abilities to be either an entrepreneur, to be either a business owner, to be a freelancer, whatever it is I want to do in the future. This is all tests that will lead me there. You know, there's people who struggle with this, but like at a 10 times higher level, right? And I'm just dealing with it at level 0 because right now I have no employees. I have no kids. I have no wife right now. Like that's the true blessing. I don't have any of these responsibilities just yet. So I only have to just worry about myself. And so God bless for that. God bless for this situation to help me grow, to push me to work even harder. And so I just want to record this because I've been thinking about this all day, or not all day, the day just started, but all morning, all night last night, especially when I was at work, just really just like, and doing the motion at work, you know, just being the cashier, but also like my mind is somewhere else. Even though like I'm talking to the customers, I'm giving the money out, cashing them in, giving the food out, my mind is just completely somewhere else. And so I hope you guys, whoever watches this, I hope you guys get an inspiration depending on where I am in the future. And just know it's gonna be scary. It's gonna be super scary, but it's gonna be the best thing that happens to you if you do your end of the work. And so right now, if just to put numbers out there, I have just like barely a couple thousand saved up. And this mentorship is nearing like the 5-figure mark. So that's just where I'm at right now. It's going to be quite difficult to pay this off. It's going to take over probably a year or so if I just only continue working at Burger King and the coaching doesn't do anything at all. Like that's the worst case scenarios. Like I'll just be working and paying this off. That's if the coaching doesn't do anything. Like I highly doubt that if I put my work in. But that's just his numbers out there. So in case I look back at this in the past or in the future, I look back at this video, I kind of want to see like like how much money did you have though? Yeah, barely like 2 to 3 grand right now. So yeah. So I hope you guys got inspiration not based off this situation, but based off maybe I'm in a better situation in the future. I will be in a better situation in the future. I will be. It's just like how much better though. We're gonna hit the gym right now. We're gonna hit the legs, and just so we could just work on some content and getting a check-in call with my client. And so it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day regardless. We're going to put all our effort out there, as long as that matters, right? We're going to put all our effort and then some. All right, so let's go hit legs. Let's go eat some food later and just work. See you guys next time.